And we are live. Welcome to a special, very brief edition of the NBA Strategy Show because the NBA has, I don't know what the opposite of a blessing is. I guess it's a curse. They have cursed us with a one-game NBA slate that locks tonight at 9 o'clock, leading us into tomorrow's NBA Cup. So, not cool, NBA. Let's just start there. I don't appreciate it. I'm Josh Engleman, by the way. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Clippers Suns tonight. And what just felt? Is there fuzz falling off of my fan? Apparently. Clippers Suns. However, no Kawhi Leonard, no James Harden, and Bogdan Bogdanovic, who played 30 minutes in the Clippers' last game, is the flat 1K today. Let me repeat. No James Harden, no Kawhi Leonard, and Bogdan Bogdanovic is the flat 1K. I don't know what to do with that information. At first, I thought, well, this is dumb. That price is broken, and that's going to ruin everything. But I think there's so much salary that's available to be used today. Anytime you don't really use Devin Booker in the captain spot, that I don't think it's gonna, like, I think you can still get anybody you want and not need the savings. So I've got the single lineup simulator pulled up. It's funny. We run into quirks like this sometimes because, like, sometimes there's just not situations like this that happen all that frequently. Let me change this view. So our sims are set up to not load anything until 12 hours before the first game. Normally that doesn't matter. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's up and doing anything on our back end at that point. But today, when I loaded projections, I realized the Sims didn't load until the moment I started this show at 9 o'clock, because that's 12 hours out. Einsteinium, do not overreact to any of the numbers that you're going to see right now until we work our way through this. Because we've got Jalen Green coming back for the Suns. Both of those two Clippers guys out. No idea who's starting for the Clippers. No idea who's really starting for the Suns, if we want to get technical. Don't overreact to anything other than the fact that Devin Booker and Ivica Zubac are just going to be crazy owned today because they can be. They're the two best players. They're the two guys whose minutes aren't going to be impacted in any way. And it doesn't appear from what I see that, like, rostering them stops you from building your lineup, especially when you have this 1K Bogdan Bogdanovic. So I think these guys are just going to appear in everything by default. Now, again, it's early. I just want to see the impact of how some of these guys work together. So I want to just look at whatever the hell our optimal is to start the day. Zoo captain, Derek Jones, Devin Booker, Grayson Allen, John Collins, Mark Williams. So this is a perfect example because Bogdan Bogdanovic is like a next level preposterous value. Choke Holden, what did Greg Bink? I know it wasn't the main, but I didn't. So I don't know. But what did he bink? Like the 4-point play or something? Minimax? Late slate? I really didn't. I have no idea. Did Greg get second? He was trending really well when I was tracking live scores. I just don't know a sharpshooter. What's the sharpshooter? Which is that? Oh, 3K, not 30K. Oh, 30K is the prize pool. Got it. All right, I got it now. The $3.20 max. Got it. Cool. Awesome. We'll talk about that tonight on Live Before Lock. So, Bogdanovich, 20x value right now, but you can see, like, we didn't really need it. Like, Derek Jones Jr. is the biggest pay down, but we have Zoo and we have Devin Booker, and Derek Jones Jr. has a higher projection than Bogdanovich. So this preposterous value isn't, at least as of right now. Now, this is all subject to change. If other people end up out, everything's different. But like that crazy value, which you'd think would just be a super necessity, isn't. Like if Harden and Kawhi were in and he still had this projection, then he'd be so much more interesting because then you have so many more guys to pay up for. Now you don't have it. You only have like 2 real pay-ups. Yeah, MPJ smashed last night, dude. I only ended up neutral to the field and I hate it. It's like slipped through the cracks for me at lock because I loved him all day. When I projected his usage to be like, not even what he's doing right now, but like 3 points behind that, I was still 3 full points ahead of his prop line. I loved him yesterday, and I just had no opportunity to do anything with it. I was very annoyed. So yeah, Zoo, Derek Jones Jr., Booker, Allen, Collins, Mark Williams is our optimal right now. What's the optimal if we put in Bogdanovich? Actually, so we can compare it. If we force Bogey in, obviously not in the captain spot, although reasonable, what goes in around him? Booker, Allen's. So, like, this is perfect. When you have Bogdanovich, our optimal is Booker, Allen, Zoo, Collins, Mark Williams, and Bogdanovich. All we do is swap him out for Derek Jones Jr. and save $1,400. What a silly lineup. Yeah, what a silly lineup. Like, we're going to be leaving $3,000 on the table, $4,000 on the table, like it's nothing. Let's generate a full contest and take a look. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I wasn't happy about that Cam Thomas injury either. I was like 2x the field there. I liked that spot. All right, let's see what we end up with here. All right, this is just raw projections. First run of ownership. Don't marry yourself to what comes up here. Okay? We're just learning. We'll take a look at some of these guys in a bit. Look at the number 1 sim ROI lineup in this one. It must have won once or twice. Zubats, Lopez, Jones, Booker, Collins, Royce O'Neal leaves $3,900 on the table. If we take the top 150 and we don't mess around at all, it's actually really flat ownerships. A little bit under on Zoo and Booker, and a big stand, at least as of right now, on John Collins. Josh, why did you tell everyone to fade Jokic last night? Obviously didn't. I was neutral to the field. Didn't like the spot, though, against Bam. So basically, we're just trimming the exposure to Zoo and Booker at the captain and giving it to John Collins. Now, that won't look like that later today. This will just all flatten itself out a bit. And then on the flex side, leverage is getting away from Grayson Allen and getting to Jalen Green, Bradley Beal, Brook Lopez. Okay. Yeah, I think CP3 is just old and cooked. I mean, revenge narrative alert against Phoenix, and not that great of a Phoenix Suns defense is something, I reckon. Could be. Hit that like button, by the way. I know we're not going to have a ton of people in here today, and that's fine. We know what we're getting out of this show. I'm happy to have everybody, though. Means a lot. Means a lot. Let's look at these teams for today, because I think that would be. We've got some time. I got nowhere to be, folks. We got one basketball game to talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, expectation, at least as of right now, is this working yet? Nope. That's annoying. I'll figure that out later. Expectation for right now. Starting lineup of the Suns: Booker, Allen, Jalen Green, Ryan Dunn, Mark Williams. As of right now, we don't know how much Jalen Green can play. Got him in for 24 minutes. I went higher than that to start, and then betting markets pointed me in a different direction. But his minutes can move around all day today. And as we get word, maybe we'll have a better idea. What's up, Crispy? Similarly, like, Mark Williams doesn't seem to play a ton. They got like 9 centers. Ryan Dunn's just Ryan Dunn. You expect Booker and Allen to be out there for a while. You expect Royce O'Neal to just soak up a bunch of minutes. And then there's going to be some sort of reduction in Colin Gillespie, in Jordan Goodwin, and then whatever the hell happens with like Isaiah Livers and Nigel Davis and your backups like Iguodaro and Nick Richards. When it comes to rates, we haven't seen these guys work together yet. Obviously, Devin Booker is a massive usage guy. So is Jalen Green. So it's going to be interesting to see how they integrate him, what his touches look like. But that's kind of it. Like, Grayson Allen will take his shots when the opportunities are there, but this is going to move him into more of a tertiary shooter role when Jalen Green's out there. But again, if he's playing 24 minutes, probably doesn't matter as much. So when I ran, I guess I should run it right now. And I could say I had this game a little bit closer. Right now, the line is Phoenix -2.5. I got it tighter than that, right around a coin flip. So either way, expectation is that this is going to be a relatively close game, which helps. If this were some sort of solo Thursday game and it was like a 14-point line, that would really be unfun. Now, it's a shame that we don't get Harden or Kawhi for this one, but at least it's not as bad as it could have been. Because that was on the table. It's not like I think the Suns are any good either. All right. So just running it right now, very raw. I get a roughly 31% usage rate for Devin Booker and something around 26 for Jalen Green. The Booker one looks fine. I think the Jalen Green usage rate looks fine. I don't have much of an issue here. Probably mildly over projecting Nick Richards on the bench, but he's getting 6 minutes, so it doesn't matter. I'm pretty happy with that. I think 31% usage for Devin Booker is in and around where it should be. Points prop seems to be somewhere around 29, so we're landing pretty good there. A little bit higher on Jalen Green. His points prop right now, and we could pull that up on OddsShopper to show people. Makes it very easy. Just go to OddsShopper.com. Whether it's Tails or Portfolio EV, you've got plenty of options. I'm just going to take out the player props, points, and let's look at Jalen Green. So Jalen Green is sitting at like 12.5, pretty much clear across the board. DK, FanDuel, Caesars, BetMGM. This is pretty stuck. 12.5. In that sim I just ran, it came in at 14.8. So that means one of two things. I guess one of three things. One, usage rate's too high. Two, minutes are too high. Three, market's too low. Probably a little combination of all of that. The playing time one, I just don't know right now. You know, it's 9:15 a.m. This game's in 12 hours. Jalen Green hasn't played a basketball game yet this season. So we'll figure that one out eventually. Poker, yeah. Stokastic sub shipped the lotto last night. We good like that. Shout out to Quinn. But like, I don't really hate where I'm at for this projection for Jalen Green to start. It's not like he's going to become a neutral usage guy on this team. So like 26% feels right. It's all about how much we think he's actually going to play. And that we just don't know right now. But keep your eye on OddsShopper, on the player props. You can get a really good idea of how much we think people are going to play, especially when you get something like this Jalen Green situation now, where like, that's a pretty good consensus. You feel good there. Now, you could like him more, but it lets you know sort of what ballpark you need to be playing in. But like, you know, Booker's points prop is 28. I mean, everybody else is in like the 14 range. That's why this slate's so weird. It's so weird. Let's see. Does anybody have any bets out there on tails yet on the free picks feed? If you're looking for bets from tails today for Thursday night football, Raiders Broncos, when you go to the free picks feed, you can get there immediately by just clicking the Thursday night football button. That'll give you all the trending topics that we have for this game. So we've already got one from our boy Laffy 4 minutes ago. The FanDuel $2 million touchdown jackpot. Laffy went Broncos D plus 490. You could see that right there. And if you see bets that you like, you can just click the tail button. And it'll pop those bad boys up with all the lines in front of you. All the sports books let you know the best place that you can go to get that one down. Do we have anything for the NBA so far? I'm guessing friend of the program, Greg Ehrenberg, has dropped some bets, but we don't know. She Got Game did. Nope, just a promotion. But go check out She Got Game. Supreme Juice got some wins from last night. We're seeing a lot of recaps for yesterday. No surprises. Looks like some people here had a good day. Mike Thurston had a great day. You could find these bets for the NBA right here. I'll have some. Look for me. I'll drop some sim result bets later today. Probably going to be some decent sportsbook boosts for today because there's only one game. So hit them all. Hit them all. Obviously, the bench rotation for the Suns will be interesting because now that we're bringing back Jalen Green, what does that do to Colin Gillespie's minutes? What does that do to Jordan Goodwin's minutes? Do they shrink the rotation in any way? Should we expect Jordan Goodwin to play more off the bench and get creation? Or do they have enough minutes now out of Booker, Allen, and Green that they want more of Nigel Hayes or Isaiah Livers as more wing type dudes, and they don't need these guards? We don't know this yet. And that'll be an interesting thing to see the Suns work on. Now for the Clippers, again, missing guys. Expected starting lineup right now: Chris Dunn, Bradley Beal, Derek Jones Jr., Nick Batum, Ivica Zubac. Batum will play anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes Never really feel like you can nail that one down. Beal seems pretty locked into something around 22. You could see more for Derek Jones. You could see more for Ivica Zubac. I think Chris Dunn obviously takes a step forward now that Harden's not here. I don't know how many minutes they can give Chris Paul, but if you want to take a shot there, he is here. John Collins seems like he's going to benefit a lot from this. Just so much more usage to go around. There's Quinn. Quinn in the house. 100K richer waking up this morning. Always a good feeling. But yeah, the Clippers have a lot of money to redistribute. Or a lot of money. A lot of usage to redistribute. Money too, I guess, from a DraftKings salary perspective. But think about what we need to know. Starting lineup for the Suns. We don't know it. How much can Jalen Green play? We don't know it. Starting lineup for the Clippers. We definitely don't know it. I know it's going to be a long day of having very little information, but you're in luck. NBA Live Before Lock for 30 minutes tonight. Myself and Greg, 8:30 to 9. We will be live breaking down this game. Whatever the news is that comes in, we'll be able to deliver that to you guys. You've also got NFL Strategy Show coming up after this. That's going to be at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be getting out of here in a minute here. NFL Strategy Show at 10, talking Thursday night football. You'll also have NFL Live Before Lock tonight before Thursday night football, 7:15 to 8:15. Greg and I will get on to talk NBA right after kickoff of Thursday night football. I don't have much else to say here for you guys today. You know, we got one. I wanted to pop on, say hi, say what up. Shout out Quinn. Shout out Greg for picking up a dub yesterday too. Tomorrow, we got a full one. NBA Cup. Be here early. We got a lot to talk about. Enjoy your